one that normally he'll make.
So Corey Getchie punts, and Larry Taylor, the Cardinal player, saying call for a fair catch. The officials say no, and now Taylor's on his way. He will score. Louisville sideline in an uproar. Many of the coaches gesturing at the officials that he signaled for a fair catch, but the officials do not agree. And Taylor goes 74 for a touchdown. Well, clearly the first man there who was right there when Taylor caught the ball, yeah, he waved.
Yeah, he did wave.
And you saw the first man down for Louisville, Bilal Powell, stop.
Then the whole team stopped. They stopped their coverage. He did wave. Right here, you're going to see it.
Yeah, I mean, that's clearly in fair catch signal as far as Powell's concerned.
The whole Louisville defense is concerned, but there's a lesson to be learned. Even though the fair catch signal was on, you go till the whistle. And that's a tough play. That's a tough duty on Louisville's punt cover team.
Well, Louisville's called a timeout. Steve Kragthorpe probably hoping that if there's a little more time to talk about this, the officials might correct the error. I was just about to say after the previous play when they ruled that pass incomplete how excellent the officiating has been in the Big East games we've done this year, and that's a big miss.
Absolutely. And the problem was the Louisville player stopped playing.
And this is not reviewable. We've been in contact with the replay booth. There is nothing that they can do to overturn this. So it's lousy for Louisville that it's going to stand.
Yeah, Powell's got to finish the play. And everybody else stopped. The wall was set up because the Louisville players slowed down.
And if it's not reviewable, in all fairness, I think given the circumstances, the officials should have said to Steve Kragthorpe, if you're calling a timeout to force a replay review, this is not reviewable. You don't want to use the timeout.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, here's what's going to happen. The only thing Louisville will get a call from the Big East officials and say, Coach, we blew it.
Yeah.
That's the only consolation they have.
So Larry Taylor, who started the night 156 yards and punt returns behind Santana Moss, the all-time Big East record in punt return yardage. Gets 74 of those on the controversial return. Tony Chiravino the extra point. And if you'll pardon the pun, when it rains it pours for Steve Kragthorpe in year one as head coach for Louisville.
You know, Sean, I wanted to make the point again that when Powell stopped, some of his teammates picked up the Powell stop. They also saw the fair catch signal like you and I saw. But when they slowed down on their coverage, that allowed UConn to set that nice little wall up. And Taylor, to his credit, didn't hear the whistle, so he's going to keep playing. And again, it's a blown call, but you still have to keep playing, especially if nobody's stopping you. And you see UConn's not stopping. Their wall is set. They set it perfectly, and LT knows what to do with it. Take it and score.
I know you can't make everything in the game reviewable, but why couldn't that be reviewable? I mean, it's a clear miss. If the idea of replay is to correct obvious errors.
Yeah, that was an obvious error. I mean,
and we saw this last night. I thought there was kind of a shaky replay review in the South Florida Rutgers game when the ball kept getting bounced around on the field. Well, it seemed like the replay got involved when perhaps you didn't think they could get involved.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised next year if we see this again, because it was clear that Taylor did signal for the fair catch. But again, it's a lesson to be learned. And I don't blame the Louisville kids, but one lesson to be learned from a bad call: play through the whistle.